over there. Feel free if you're chatting or whatever to give me evil eye. I've already running the riot act, so feel free. We prefer they come and see the concert rather than having group. That'd be awesome. So you guys all good to go? So enjoy the evening. Thank you.
Hey Mr. Bolduc, it's Karen. As you could probably tell, I'm here filming with Max for your retirement celebration video.
All I could say about Mr. B is that he really helped me advance in my musical career.
Mr. B is definitely one of the best teachers I've ever had, because for me, I like it when a teacher has a sense of humor so that school isn't boring, and Mr. B definitely has a really good sense of humor. He's always cracking jokes in class.
Hey Mr. B, it's your final year. Congratulations. But I mean, you've been such an amazing orchestra director just since my sophomore year, and you've done so much for the orchestra. You know, you make practice so fun, so exciting.
I think the thing that strikes me most about Mr. B is his enthusiasm for teaching kids to be better people, not just better musicians. I don't think I've had any other teacher teach me as much about how to be a better person, about character, about respect, about kindness than Mr. B.
Mr. B is one of my absolute favorite teachers. One thing I could commend him about is that he was very accepting of all the people around him, all the students, all of his colleagues. No matter how different or how they acted, he was always calm, collected, and always had a smile, always funny.
Mr. Bolduc always accepted everyone and encouraged everyone to do their best. He always made sure everyone was comfortable with their abilities.
Mr. B, besides the fact that, I love music, you're a big part of the reason why I kept up with band for all 4 years.
Thanks, Mr. B. You've been a very instructive and informative teacher, yet you made fun and relatable that no other teacher has been able to do.
Mr. B has really been a really big inspiration, I feel like, and also just being around him, you can tell how passionate he is about music and how full of joy he is all the time, consistently, and it's just such a great thing to be around almost every day at school.
Mr. B has taught me a lot about my 4 years here. Starting my freshman year, I didn't really know what to think, but coming into like the band orientation, he made it very fun.
Mr. B, thank you for always teaching with such passion, positivity, and wisdom. You are the main reason why band has always been the best part of my day and something I always look forward to.
The past 4 years have been great. Thanks for teaching us and standing up with our foolishness.
I've never been that confident in terms of like playing my instrument, but throughout my 4 years in like the concert band, he's really helped me improve because of his such like accommodating nature.
Mr. B has always taught me to do the right thing, to be helpful, to be a leader, and that's a lot to ask, especially from a teacher that you only see maybe once a day. But Mr. B has definitely done that, not only for me, but for the hundreds of students whose lives he has touched over the years.
I remember speaking to the upperclassmen when they said that band was going to be a fun class. And I really like how Mr. B sort of makes everyone feel welcome there. There are many different types of people who play sports, people that are in different activities in the arts, like winter percussion or the drama club.
One thing that I'll remember is whenever you yell, "It's an all play," when we play all of our music, the whole piece, and you do your little jigs and dance because, of course, we play so well.
No matter how loud or obnoxious I am in class, he's always respectful and funny and kind to me, and I just think that's a really nice quality of him.
Your directing and your conducting is just so amazing. You've done so much for the school, and I don't know what the school would do without you.
He's so passionate about music, which helped me find my passion for music. So all I could say is that the atmosphere of band just really helped me grow because it was just so nice, and he was never like mean about like, oh, you can't play this. He was like, let's help you improve.
You're someone that I look up to because you make everyone feel welcomed, and you're passionate in everything that you do. And I'm grateful to have gotten to know you, since freshman year.
Whenever you're having a bad day, he's always happy and like radiating joy. So that's really nice to be around, and it's really encouraging.
I think that my favorite moment with Mr. B was actually at NESBA finals this year, when the judges announced that our winter percussion group had won this year. I made eye contact with Mr. B. Mr. B was the first person I saw, and to see how proud he was, to see how happy he was for the success of his students, to see how much he cared that we were happy, that we were successful, was just one of the best feelings I've ever had. And it just goes to show how much Mr. B cares about his students and wants to see them succeed in everything that they do, and how much that means to him.
I really enjoyed my 4 years here with Mr. B, and I feel like if it was anyone else, I probably wouldn't enjoy myself as much as I did with Mr. B. So thank you so much for making my 4 years at DHS probably the best 4 years that I will always remember.
Thank you for all the hard work and commitment that you've given us.
Thank you for being an amazing band teacher, and I hope you have a great retirement.
Thank you for everything you've done for me.
Thank you, Mr. Bolduc.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Hi, Mr. B. It's Sarah and Julian.
Hi.
Coming at you live from UMass Amherst.
I can't thank Mr. Bolduc enough for all that he did for me. He was the reason I chose my university, UMass Lowell.
I feel like Mr. B really influenced me to chase after what I really enjoy from music, which is something I'll hold forever.
So what's the first thing I think of when I think of Mr. Bolduc? Pretty much the fact that we're best friends, and I think the only reason he's retiring now is that he realizes how much he misses me.
I just want to say thank you for everything that you did for us while you were our band director. In fact, you bringing us to UMass Band Day is a big reason why I ended up here. This band, one of the greatest experiences of my life.
It was with his help that I was able to dual enroll at Mass Bay Community College to study their Intro to Music Theory course. That was honestly the catalyst that set me on the path I am now to study music therapy.
I have some very fond memories from band, like firing up our percussion for the first time in a few years, and the New York trip. I even remember sophomore year going into band camp, just asking to play some drums, and ever since that moment he's been nothing but supportive and positive.
Me and Mr. Bolduc started on the same day in 2012. And I have to be honest, that was a pretty rough day. I got in there, could barely make a sound, and Mr. Bolduc was probably thinking that he just made a big mistake coming to Dedham. But he didn't quit on me, and I think it turned out pretty okay.
Thank you for everything you did for Guard and for concert band and for the arts in general, the theater. Yeah, Julian, take it away.
I just want to thank you personally for everything you did for winter percussion, meeting with admin, talking about numbers, and getting us the equipment we needed and wanted. Talking about The Sims City on your iPad whenever I walked into your office.
There's days where I think back to where I would leave class and hide out in the band hallway or bother Mr. Bolduc in his office. Even then, as sarcastic as he could be, you could tell he was always happy to see me, which was nice because he knew just as much as I was that the band hallway was my home.
He even helped me with my UMass drumline audition, which is still very helpful to me.
I spent 4 years in Mr. Bolduc's class, and I have to say that every minute of it was so awesome. Just between all the time we spent practicing, putting together shows, even going to New York or just hanging out in his office, those are some of the best times I had in high school, and it's really all thanks to him.
All your drum corps stories, you're really loud playing on the trombone, scaring all the other student trombones.
I just want to say thank you, Mr. Bolduc, for building me into the confident, creative musician that I am today. Every song, every composition, every piece of music that I get my hands on, I use what Mr. Bolduc has taught me to make that music the best that it can be.
So, Mr. Bolduc, I want to thank you for everything you've done for me, my classmates in the Dedham schools, and I want to wish you the best in your retirement.
Thank you so much for everything.
So to Mr. B, thank you very much and enjoy your retirement.